private parties.
It is. I spoke with one of them. He would like for the, of course, you know, he does state that at one time this was a county road. I asked him if he knew what the name of the road was. He did not. So.
Well, I understand you right now, Brandon. We don't have any evidence of that being a county road.
No, he didn't.
Nowhere, no way.
He didn't.
No way.
He didn't know what the road name was, and I told him without that I couldn't go back into the minutes to see if it had been adopted. So, you know, at one time the road might have been maintained by the county. I don't know that. Miles does have a deed of one of the parties involved, and it states that in the property description that the property does not include the county road going through said property. I don't know how long back that was, but as far as the description. In speaking with this gentleman, I have not spoken to the other party. I think Miles has in the past. He believes that if we do take this into the county road system, it will solve the problems.
Well, I'm not advocating for each side. I want to be very, very clear on that.
Miles, have you talked to the other party?
Yeah, I've talked to both of these parties as well. I think there was 3 parties originally because there was a renter that was also having his own trouble at that time. So this is all kind of a little community there in Maytown. There is evidence that back in the 40s and 50s there was a county road that accessed some of these properties down through there, but as I said, this is from a private contract that happened 60, 70 years ago, so that doesn't have any bearing on whether or where the county road was. There are more than one houses, I believe, that's served by this area, but I think I talked to Lynn B. I don't think that the county has maintained it in a very long time since he's been there. But you know, this is another one of those. What does the county want to do? If the county just wants to leave it alone, leave it alone. If the county wants to take it into the road system, then that would be the normal process that we've talked about previously.
Would the road be very long if you need to take you in there?
400 feet, I think he's on Wingwood.
Would all landowners be willing to sign to make it a county road? Would be one thing.
Oh, no.
I don't.
Lonnie's are, but I haven't talked to Gulfport.
I haven't talked to the Gulfport either.
I thought they all had to sign off on it, Miles.
I would. This is the 5. Nobody knows whose property it is. Is it the Maloney's or is it the Gulfport's?
Okay, well, the ones that the little section there that it would be if it would be the Maloney's or it would be the Gulfport's.
Well, it's like right on the boundary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But would both parties be willing to sign for it to be a county road?
Probably not.
Okay.
Maybe. I mean, maybe, but probably.
I'll say if both of them was agreeing to it, it really wouldn't matter who owned that little.
Well, one was trying to put up a gate. If you tried to block access, you probably don't want to sign it over.
I talked to Randy. Would be willing to do it, but I haven't talked to the Gulfport. So
Well, I guess there's probably a way to look at it is either we can take in the road, maybe solve a problem, or we can stay out of it and let them solve it. Let it be a civil matter for them to solve.
May not be able to take it in anyway.
Pardon?
You might not be able to take it in anyway.
Well, that's right too. If they won't sign it, then, you know, it wouldn't be
That's something that would be determined.
anything
That's the
gained.
best thing to do, if it satisfied both parties, if both of them have signed it, and they'd be satisfied both of them.
Can you arrange a letter to them and see what it says, or?
I normally can, but where this has went to a special prosecutor,
Okay.
I can't really interject myself into the case. But if we had a fiscal court representative,
We'll say Brandon could probably talk to him.
Yeah.
See if both parties, they may be interested, they may not.
Yeah, that'd be good.
well, I'll talk to the Gulfport. I know Randy's willing to do that. From what you know, I've talked to him.
Okay, you can find out what you can about it, and we'll talk about it at the next court meeting.
Okay.
Let's leave it at that. Okay, Mr. Anthony, you got one you want to talk about?
Well, Wheel Rim Road. You know, last week, you, myself, and Gary talked about taking care of that road, and we had discussed that it had been voted on before and approved to take care of it.
Is that where the cemetery is up there and where the
It goes by.
priests are buried?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's one of ours, well, we can
It
take care
is
of
a
it.
county road. Check that out.
Shouldn't
It
be.
goes beyond.
Shouldn't be a problem, should it? I
No,
mean,
I mean, he's just wondering when we want to get to it.
all right, we'll look into it quick as we can. If that satisfies Mr. Sheets.
You remember?
He tells me about it every time I talk with him.
Oh, well, okay.
Okay, discussion about the blacktop and paving and rock and gravel pipe, is that supposed to be
It's time to advertise for bids for the upcoming year.
this coming year?
Yep.
Need a motion to advertise? So moved.
Second.
John made it, and Brandon seconded, and
Stanley third.
Stanley third. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Item number 7 then, Sandra.
That is the reimbursement for the judicial center. This is we have an audit every summer, and the auditor goes over all the expenses that we've had in the prior year. And then that is turned into Frankfurt, and they send this form back into fiscal court to approve their determination of what to pay. And this upcoming year, it's $204,300. That's the budget for the judicial center.
Does that cover all the expenses down there?
Unless there's some major breakdown or something, and then we have to do a special request and get it approved. This is just
Through
the
them.
basic expenses throughout the year.
That's basically what we do for the most part.
Yeah,
Well, that's what we spend and they pay us back.
right. But it's just an annual thing that we do.
So does it need any kind of
It needs action, it needs to be voted on.
do I hear a motion to accept this figure from the AOC people that
So moved.
Stanley made it? John seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
What did you say, a figure of 204 what?
300, wasn't it?
204,300.
Okay, the Meals on Wheels, are they asking for $2,500 to help them
Yes.
support that?
Yes.
What about that, Mr. Treasurer? We got $2,500 somewhere we can help them out with?
I mean,
Put it in the same budget with the Qantas?
you can stick it with the Qantas if we've got it, we can try, but, you know, we're
Okay.
not gonna have it. Honestly, I mean, we might can clear a line item to where we could transfer, but I did a projection this month, through the end of our fiscal year. We've received all of our occupational tax. There might be a couple, you know, little small things here and there. And with all of our bills that are routine, no miscellaneous anything coming in, we had $10,000 to work with. And we've already received a miscellaneous bill coming in for software that exceeded that. That shows us in a deficit. The more we add on to this, the more we're adding that deficit, because everything I calculated was our utilities, I averaged out our payroll, stuff like that, things that we know will happen. And, I mean, you want that deficit to be as small as possible. I'm not saying that, you know, we can prevent a deficit, but we want that to be as small as possible. So the more that we're adding on to pay that, the bigger that number's gonna be, and it has to come from somewhere. So, I mean, it's your choice what to do with it, but numbers wise, that's where we're at. You know, we have to really be cautious of what we're doing with it.
Sort of a bleak picture, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is. I mean, it's,
it is.
Well, we'd like to help everybody come along.
Well, we have a lot of senior citizens that, you know, they depend on these meals.
Yeah.
That's their, a lot of them, that's their food.
and I mean, we can do just like with the pool, if we can make it work, you know.
I'll make that
I'll
motion.
make the motion. We find it, yeah, we can.
All right, made it. Denzel made it and Stanley seconded, or where? All right. Okay, all right. All in favor? Aye. Okay, what about the Round County Detention Center agreement? Is that something we,
It's something that we keep in place in case we need it. We don't use them, am I correct, Connie?
Rarely.
Still use Johnson County, don't we?
Right, but we need to have the agreement in place
To
in
use
case
it.
we do
Have
need
to
to
use it.
use it.
How much is the one charge?
It is $35 a day.
Well, 33 up Johnson County. Really, if you just take them one, it'd be about cheaper taking more in order to count the gas, you know.
Yep.
Depends on how many days they're gonna stay.
yeah.
They beat you
Better
home.
figure it out, John. You better figure it out.
That's before they go, how many days they gonna stay, we know where
How
to
bad
go.
they've been.
If I had one, I'd go around county.
I guess we need a motion to keep this thing in place, this agreement.
So moved.
Stanley made it,
Second.
Brandon second, all in favor?
That'd be for fiscal year 16, 17.
Right.
We'll have to talk to Doc Blazer and see if he can give us a discount.
Yeah.
Especially that new jail.
Right.
I bet he will, don't you?
Think so.
We'll understand the bank is gonna vacate the place over there, the second floor of Enterprise Center. Right now, it's scheduled to end the 31st of May. I don't know whether that's still a record or not. I heard they were gonna get in the 15th of May, but that's almost here, ain't it? But I don't know. But anyway, the library wants that second floor, don't they? And they acknowledge that they would like to have it. So I guess we need to accept their vacating the joint and accept the library, their proposal to rent that second floor.
Same price and everything. Well,
That
is-
says,
No, that's still under discussion.
we haven't decided yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably worth a little more now than it was then.
No, well, Miles might want to address that,
Okay,
or I don't know if you're ready to or not.
No, I think that has to be something that would have to go later into a closed session because it
Right,
could result
right.
in litigation, but we'll shelve that for right now.
all right.
So we don't want to accept anything tonight then? Okay.
No.
No discussion on that right now. Okay, item number 11. It says KALF, is that spelled cash?
Yep.
What is that? Is that
That's
some
our,
kind of-
that's our insurance on our general liability, public officials liability, employment practices liability, law enforcement, automobile, physical damage, property crime, flood, earthquake, all the coverage. And it's $190,070 for this year, 16-17.
Is that close to what it's been?
Do you have that number, Lindsay?
I think it was fairly.
Mr. Lennon, come back anytime you want to. Be with us.
Bring more money when you come back.
Yeah.
It's close.
Yeah, it was close. I can't remember if it was exactly spot on, but there wasn't a big difference.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. We just need to.
That's about what we budgeted for it though, wasn't it?
Who do
We
you pay
budgeted
it to,
for it,
Keiko?
yeah.
I guess we need a motion to that effect, that we
Will that
accept that
be in
again.
on the insurance, if we will advertise to get bids on? Will it be, you think?
I don't know.
But you could hardly
You
get
don't think
Keiko.
so?
I'd say I got it.
What is it?
He wants to know if that, something to do with like what we was talking about advertising for bid on the insurance, or is that something
Oh,
totally
like with
different?
that?
Yeah, could we do that with that?
I think, I kinda looked into it, but I think there's only one other county within, am I right on this, Linda? There's only one other county within the state of Kentucky that doesn't go through them for their insurance, and that right there tells you your answer. I mean, why waste your time on it if it's not gonna get you nowhere?
Okay, then, do I hear a motion that we accept this renewal? Again,
Motion.
Motion.
second? Second. Anthony made it, and John seconded it. We, do I hear, everybody for it? Okay. Now, Mr. McGuire, we'll hear from you.
Come on down.
Price is right.
Front center.
I think you got all the paperwork as part of this amendment.
I do. You want to explain the situation and then I'll give the dollar amounts.
I think once you give the dollar amount, it won't make any difference about me explaining anything.
Give it a shot.
I called our illustrious judge executive the other day and asked him if he was afraid of heights. And he said, well, he's been in the tobacco barn about 100 years ago. I said, that qualifies, you get on over here. So I had rented, basically, Stanford big lift, the ones you've been seeing set down there at the bank all this time, had a telescopic lift, and I had it over there so we could get up to the third floor on the outside of my facility over there. And I got him in that thing with it, but he wasn't as bad as Stanley. Stanley, you get him up on the height and he don't turn loose of nothing, okay? He was,
I hadn't said a word
not my
to you.
Stanley, but this Stanley over here, done pretty good up there. And he was able to observe firsthand what we got happening over there. And the gentleman that I got up there from some metallic corporation out of Louisville, when he got over and looked at it, he said, this is a terrible design. He said, this was a poor design. Who did this? I filled him in on what the deal was on. We've got panels that were riveted and screwed up on that thing that are literally coming down. They're 8 foot by about 4 foot panels. They got a couple of breaks in them, and they've only been anchored on each end to each other. They've overlapped. They're not anchored to anything behind them. Those big panels. I got a hold of one of them up there, Stanley seemed to get a hold of it, and I shook it, and it went plumb to the other end through 2 or 3 more panels. That building up there, they're coming down. And that guy said, this is a catastrophe waiting to happen. And he's right. If we get the wind out of the north, it's going to bring them on down. If there's people out in that parking lot, they're going to be dealing with 4 by 8 razor blades out there. So those things are going to be going all over the parking lot. There was some gentleman come in here. He contacted the people, was good enough to contact the people for me out of Richmond. They're New Wave roofers is who they are, and they do metal work, high metal work. They said they've even worked for Stanford for some time or two. Those gentlemen came up, and I went over Friday and spent 4 hours with them over there looking at that thing, and they said they can't understand why this was ever fabricated this way to start with. They said this is terrible. Okay, we determined it's terrible, and they said they can fix it. And I asked them about. I said, hold on now. How about doing sections at a time? This is what we're in such dire need. He said this needs fixed today. And I said, if we fix this, this, and this over here. I said, can you price me doing that? This is what's needing attention yesterday, day before yesterday, beyond that. And he said, yeah, we can do that. So they sent, I had him just to send it directly to Linda right there, because I knew it was going to have to show up here. And that's why I decided to go ahead and show up. This isn't something, well, we'll just put this on the back burner too. People in that building are trying to come down on it.
I don't see how it's held up like it has. We ain't getting in behind that stuff. It just
It's
ripped
gone.
right off.
It's gone.
Nobody should be parking in that line
No.
of parking.
I was going to try to fix it myself and order some stuff, and was going to go up there and try to fix it myself, because it's difficult when I got up there. I'm out of my league on this. This has to be somebody that flat knows what they're doing to try to get a frame and anchor this stuff. They've got a way of fixing it by replacing some of the panels, and I'm trying to get around that and just see if they can anchor those things to where they're going to stay there, guys. They're coming down. I'm smart enough to figure out how to take a picture on this cell phone, but I'm not smart enough how to get it back. Okay? So I was trying to do that so we have some big blow up here and you can see up there. I was up there trying to take these pictures, and I thought, okay, now Marty, what are you going to do with it? Okay, I've got them. I'll probably take them to my grave, but I've got them. We're going to literally have to. And I understand you're talking money right here for bologna sandwiches for old people and everything else when you're trying to come. This isn't like something that you would say, well, let's just hold off on this. I'm telling you what, somebody's going to wind up owning that building over there because they're going to sue them, basically, especially when we're aware of it. If we wasn't aware of it, it was one thing, but now we're aware of it. And they're gonna be aware of it, we're aware of it.
Did they acknowledge that framework in behind there, that that's
They,
metal can be
they
attached
looked,
to
they
that?
looked at some of that, they come, Stanford's come and got their lift. I couldn't take them up there and let them see it, so we went to the prints as best we could, and they understood what I was looking at there on those things. And I drawed it up there and explained it to them. And you and I talked about, well, how they weren't ever anchored to all those braces behind that to begin with.
I don't understand that.
I don't
mean,
understand it either, it
I'm
doesn't
not-
make sense. That stuff is just sheet metal hanging up there. It's literally hanging up there. When the wind blows, it goes whoop, whoop, it all hangs all the way out through there. This is the goofiest thing I ever came up with, but the architect, I can tell you, 2 weeks after we brought the safe up, I helped him bring a 3,000-pound safe up, put it up there, where they marked the spot in the big room the bank was leasing over here. And I had the architect come up because I didn't want us to put the safe there one day and it be in the library the next day. So he did mark the spot 2 weeks later when I called and talked to him about it. The architect, named Larry Gershon, 41 years old. They told me he wasn't there anymore, and I said, I really need to talk to him. And she finally explained to me he had committed suicide, he hung himself. So they talked about the design of this thing being that terrible, so I can't ever go back and ask him about it or anything else. That's just a long deal right there. So we've got a major issue over there, guys. And if you don't think I'm right, drive right over there and pull into one of the parking places and we'll look up down side of the building. And you got gaps that wide between the material that's anchored, and it's anchored at the top a little bit, or it was a while ago. And it's anchored at the bottom, and that's it. We've got a major issue now. Now, the price tag, I know the price tag they sent me to do the building, and they also sent me that to replace some of that structure.
Replace some of the existing fascia and soffit.
Yeah, and what our original discussion over there, conversation with them was to try to use what was existing and make it work if it was possibly good. Now, granted, cosmetically, it's not going to look quite as good. It's just not. But right now, I don't know that that's our biggest concern. We just need something that's going to stay up there and will work. Okay? I might be able to get back with them and say, hey guys, if we don't go with this thing right here, what's the price on using what we have right now? And you guys figure out some kind of anchoring devices that will actually attach to them things and keep that outfit up. If I can do that, I'll try to do that. But let her just go ahead and tell you what they had to say.
He actually sent 2 prices to go around the entire building and refasten all the panels, and this includes the lift.
They got to rent a lift. They don't
Right.
own something that big.
$24,998. Or they can go up one side at a time, and each time, of course, they're going to have to rent a lift. And that's going to be $9,750 for each side, which comes to $39,000. If you want to do it one section at a time.
I don't, well, then pay me now or pay me later. When you pay me later, it's gonna cost you more than it does right now. This is, I mean, it's your guys, you go decide what to do with it. I'm kind of, at this point, I'm kind of out of it. It's going to happen, whether I'm there or not. And everybody's going to be involved in it. If there is a lawsuit over, it's just that simple. And I don't think that's a lawsuit this outfit would win, and us being aware of the problem and not doing anything about it, and then something happens.
One panel actually looks like it is ready. We went over a while ago and found the wind and everything and checked on it.
I don't
We're
see
not
how it's
getting
stood
no
to
wind.
the
The only thing
later.
safe right now, we're not getting wind out of them. We was getting wind out of them right now. There wouldn't be as many of them up there right now. It's somewhat protected due to the construction.
So that price they give there, was that using new stuff, or was that using what you was talking about?
Read what, if you will, please, on that one.
It says, we will remove sections of the existing fascia soffit metal panel system, install vertical hat channel girts at each 10-foot vertical joint and then reinstall each panel. This way, we would have metal substrates to fasten the panels back that were missing in the original application.
So they're gonna try to use the
And they
existing
will
ones,
go around
but
the
they're gonna take
entire
them down.
building and refasten all of the
Refasten.
panels.
Okay.
Well, that's for the $24,998.
It sounded better you reading it than me reading it.
Yeah,
Can we get a bid on it?
We'd have to, it's over
Yeah,
20,000.
it would be good, I
Trouble
think.
is, finding somebody to do that.
Does that kind of work?
Yeah, there's your, but
I mean,
we'd
they
have
can
to
turn in a
bid it.
bid, but
They're the only ones that bid.
Yeah, we'd have to bid it.
Would either one of the
Over
local
20,000.
contractors reckon deal with it, standard or
I
repair
don't have a clue. I
trade?
mean, they may, but, I mean, like I said, we bid it and only that company there bids it. I mean, we still done legally what we're supposed to by bidding it.
They both got them big lids too. Might be a little bit cheaper.
I'll make a motion, we beat it.
I spoke with Jeff Stanford on this right here before these people even contacted me, because I had kind of given up on somebody contacting me in a week, and I hadn't heard anything back from any of them that this guy was going to contact for me. He said, I know these people, let me contact them, I'll have them get in contact with you. Okay. Anyway, I talked to Jeff, and Jeff had kind of agreed to try to help me on these things that were trying to come down right now. He was gonna help me, just kind of being helpful. He said, he could probably do something, shoot something right there. He said, we're kind of in a limbo right now, they're kind of getting finished up with the bank, and they got some jobs for business stuff. He said, probably the timing is good now and everything. But he said, let me see what I can do. So when these guys showed up and did what they did, I stopped them and talked to them. And he said, well, no, you ain't. He said, if you can get them to do it, he said, you're not gonna hurt my feelings at all. He said, we've got another different direction we can go here. And he said, they'd probably wind up doing it cheaper for you than I would anyhow. Okay.
I mean, if we bid it, it still
That's
covers
the way I
us.
went.
Is that a motion on the floor, Stanley?
Stanley's made the motion that we let this out for bid to repair this building.
Second.
John second, all in favor? Aye. What they wanna do to our budget? Lindsay?
It depends if we're paying for it out of this budget or next budget.
Okay.
You know.
Probably the next one, I'd say.
Yeah, that budget's tight. I mean, that budget, we do not have room to wiggle. I mean, we really don't, but, you know, you have things that are hiccups, so.
Yeah. Okay, the next item is application training. What's that? Let's do with, that's some of you all.
Yeah, it's the 24th, 23rd, 24th, 25th, something like that.
I don't know.
It's like the week after next. It's 3 days in Frankfurt. And it's for Irene and myself. I've
Thank you,
never
folks.
been.
Come back.
The certification is required as an applicant agent. We didn't get to go last year because of all the disasters that we had. They canceled it. They are setting it up in Frankfurt. We're not sure if they're having other training later in the year. I've sent an email today requesting that information to find out, because we do not have a line item in conferences and training right now to cover that. I know it's required. There's new regulations that are being taught. And what we were asking for was to cover the expenditures of going, because it would make it, I think we ended up with, what, 12 hours each overtime is
If
what
we
it would be
drove it.
if we drove it, if we didn't go stay. It was like a comparison of difference of $300-some. But I did send an email today to see if it was going to be taught later, you know, after the next budget comes in. And I did not receive a response yet.
So this would be this month,
Yes,
latter part?
week after next. 24th, 25th, 26th, I think.
Well, to keep us in compliance with what's going on, so we need to
Yeah, we have to
have
be
somebody
certified.
educated.
Yeah, well, the both of us have to be certified. She's already certified, but it's new regulations, so she has to take it again. Everybody has to take it again. I haven't had it the first time yet because of all the previous disasters.
I'll make a motion.
Stanley's made the motion that we send them to school. I hear a second. Brandon second, all in favor? Aye. All right, item number 14 is conference cost discussion. What's to be said about that?
I guess we need to know when we're going to get that paid in Frankfurt.
Well, we haven't beat nobody yet unless we beat this fellow, this London suit. We don't intend to beat you.
Some of them bills where we went down there, carpet need to be paid, I'm gonna make a motion to pay them. If we don't, we're gonna lose the air that we got in down there.
I think y'all in pretty good shape on your hair from what I saw.
I still make a motion to pay it.
Okay, you make, your second?
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Uh,
Abstain. Okay, this,
Is that, can I go
Yeah,
back to
go ahead.
that? Is
Yeah.
that the, you said the bills, how's that worded? Is that the conference fees and the expenditures that go with that, or
Right,
just
for all of it.
fees?
draw it.
Okay.
The conference expenditures.
you want to discuss this NACO membership?
You know as much about it as I do.
Yeah, I know
got a
about
folder
about a
for
folder
you.
full
And
of
I know
papers.
Chet Linden was impressed with it. It opens up a lot of avenues for grants.
I think it was $350
$300
for the rest of this year, and 400,
450
450 from there on.
For the rest of this calendar year?
calendar.
Okay.
Up to $300.
That
Well,
don't
I'm
make
kinda wondering
sense.
for another month or
Not
two.
business, no, dues are most of the time.
Gotcha.
fit the whole-
Annual instead
yeah,
of
yeah.
fiscal year, I got you. Just checking on that.
Is that for the county?
That's right, yeah.
Okay. That's a whole for the county.
300 for the rest of this year.
I think it's worthwhile. I think satisfied with what they fill out. Informative.
I know a lot of the counties use it, our members.
It's got benefits to it, I mean, you know, it,
Yeah. Might enable us to get things that we couldn't ordinarily get if it wasn't belong to us.
I'll make a motion, we get it and try it. I reckon we can.
Try it out
get
for this
back
year.
out anytime we want to,
Right, you
can't
do it
we?
annually.
Right, yeah. That way, we can try it for a year and see. If it's got any
Yep, we'll spend it.
benefits and good stuff.
Okay. Do I hear a second to Stanley's motion?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Robin, you want to say anything about the wellness center? We went through it before you came in. Well, we noticed there's more cars down there than there was all the time, so hopefully it's picking up.
I'm paying people to come in there.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Actually, it was down just a little bit. The membership was down, and the number of people that used it was down like 100 and some, but so far in May, it's going back up. We're offering, with our memberships down, the basketball courts. And that's done a lot more people. Yeah, we have fitness classes. Bring people in.
I hope it'll catch on as we go along. I guess you need to present your monthly bills.
Is,
We've all got copies of them, I guess. haven't
yeah,
we?
I emailed them and then you have a copy in front
All
of
right.
us.
Well, we've had a chance to look at these monthly bills. Do I hear a motion to approve them?
So moved.
Stanley, or John made it, second.
Second.
Stanley second, all in favor?
Aye.
Well, let's see, anybody got anything else they wants to say? Discuss any more roads or anything like that?
Over on that pipe I was telling you about, that's not carrying that water,
Whereabouts now?
over on Steel Branch Road on the Jones Creek side,
Yeah,
we're gonna have to do something, flooding that boy that lives there in that,
where is it exactly then?
right to fork the road there, just about, we put a new box cover in there year before last, and it won't have no water.
Well, do we need to put those about the same size right beside of it? Or-
Yeah, or we could probably maybe put a big pipe there for, like when it overflows, it runs through that pipe too.
Is that actually cross the bridge and go to the left?
It's, you know where Bill Johnson used to live right in that, right there at Fourth Road.
On Jones Creek?
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're on Jones Creek side, you turn right, like going down Steel
Yeah.
Branch.
Yeah.
It's just soon, it's 100 foot down there, that new box cover, but it's backing up, backing up that first trailer.
Well, can we do it ourselves? Can we get the county
Well,
up there to do it?
Pipe in we can't,
It sounds like we might get that 80/20, first
Get
of
the
July.
bridge in there?
But we could go ahead and put probably, if we could get maybe a 54-inch pipe or something
Yeah.
there, for it to run out, for the runoff, that would let the water run when it
Yeah.
comes, it wouldn't do nothing except when it comes a big flood,
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have some of them.
Yeah.
Here later. I'll look into this and see if we get the road department, we'll take a look at it.
Yeah,
Get one in there while we put one in there. That'd be all right.
yeah.
If they, on Pleasant Run, somebody, I think, somebody at the road department told me the other day that they didn't think that all of the streets had been needed yet.
Huh? To my
Back
knowledge.
during that FEMA project, they have been empty.
Yeah.
But there's more that's come in.
They were bid, remember King and Warren got
Right.
All of them except two.
See what it is, I've got two places on Pleasant Run Road. And I had talked to Gary the other day. And there's one, just to go for James Cooper. And when he's going over there between the bird. And he said he didn't think the one there at Bill James had been bid yet. And he thought it was on the second. I didn't, I thought it was on bid.
Do you know, Connie, what, it's a FEMA project on Pleasant Run?
I do not know.
I've got two in my
I'd have to
district
check
too.
with Irene.
Over Long Branch and then over Lonzo Evans Road, they haven't been bid.
If I understood Gary right, the way he talked, they
We
was
probably need to
like
talk
the
to
first
Irene.
round or the second round.
Okay.
And he said he thought these was on the second round. He wasn't sure, he told me, just into the paper, he said he didn't think Canton had been bid yet. And when we bid, I just seen Pleasant Run, and I took it that was both places.
I don't think they have been.
Well, that,
That-
you
he
had
did- he
Lonzo
didn't think
Evans
Lonzo
Road?
Evans Road and then upper Long Branch.
No, I don't remember seeing
Is
it.
there one right close to the Pekin Church?
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking
You
about.
know, we have
Yeah.
PWs on that, we don't have
I
PWs
don't
on
think
those.
so. That one, I don't think so, but this one I'm not sure.
Now, see, there's two places on Pleasant Run.
Right.
We'll check with
And one of
Irene.
them, Gary said one of them, they was supposed to start working on it right
They
away.
would stick around, I
But
would
he said the other one, he didn't think it was bid yet. And see, that's what, when I seen the bid, I seen Pleasant Run, and I thought
It's both.
that that was both, but he said he didn't think it
I
was.
don't think it is
No,
either.
they would have a separate,
Yeah, if it's, yeah.
let's talk to Irene.
Depends on which disaster it's talking about.
Because she's got all that. So it's all right. We'll call her.
He wouldn't do me like that, why would I do him like that?
All right, any more discussion on anything? Not, do I hear a motion to dismiss? Motion adjourned. You made it. Can I second?
Second.
All in favor?
You didn't have to pass that.
Aye.